What's rockin' and rollin', everybody? How's it going? My name is Roggenboggen, and I am all jacked up on energy drink. Ha! I am also sweating. And this is the dumbest freaking intro ever. And I'm also here for my Week 5 match of Prephub Season 2. So, really cool. We are actually getting the chance to record this before the match. Like 15 minutes before the match, but before the match nonetheless. So, got a little opportunity to talk about it. Maybe I'll actually remember what my EV spreads do in the match this time. Just kind of reviewing things, and maybe it'll lead us to a victory. A much needed one at that, because we are not doing great this season. We are currently 1-3 with a -13 differential, and top 8 best records in the league make playoffs, and we are far from that. And I believe we do have to win out for a chance to make that. So these last 3 weeks of the season are pretty much going to be make or break for us. With that in mind, let's take a look at this week and try to get this one win at a time. We will be facing ShadowStitch, who is in a very similar position to us, except a much better differential than us. And he also has to win out to make playoffs, I think, but also might have the chance to make it if people above him, start having some big losses. So we'll just kind of see. He's going to be just as hungry as us for a win this week, and I fully expect him to bring all the sets, whatever that means. Looking at this team here, we definitely have some threats that are notable to our team. I really do like ShadowStitch's draft. It feels very much like something I myself would probably draft. I like the type diversity, the balance of roles in the team, and some really good speed tiers, as well as some pretty decent hazard control. Iron Bundle, even though it doesn't have the best moveset, is incredibly fast and can hit pretty stupid hard. So if we're not too mindful of that, that thing can just clean up if we let our team get chipped, and then we'll most likely be featured on another one of our thumbnails if that happens. Glow King, just a thick mon with a great move and chilly reception that can further support that Iron Bundle or get other things in very safely. Can also be a threat offensively. I wouldn't be super surprised if it came with a more offensive spread and move diversity to hit our team. Aside from that, Infernape is a very threatening and concerning mon for us. If I had to guess, I would probably think like a 3-attack Swords Dance set, or maybe just like 4-attack Life Orb or something. Crocodile, I could see Scarf, Banded, maybe even a bulkier set with like Taunt to shut down some of our utility. And then great defensive options with Skarmory and Milotic as well. Milotic is probably our opponent's best option to check our Gouging Fire, but maybe they'll want it more specially, and perhaps we could see like a max defense Intimidate Crocodile as a Gouging Fire check. Not really sure, but if it is a defensive Milotic with like the Flame Orb set, that could be very troublesome for us to get around. Those would be the 6 that I would expect our opponent to bring. There's a chance the Whimsicott could come. I didn't really super respect it too much in prep, so if it does, that could cause us some issues, but if it doesn't, then cool. And then the other 3 mons in Altaria, Banette, and Komala, I really don't care too much about. If I do see them in team preview, I will be okay with that. But I know in some of the previous weeks, Shadow has brought some of these mods, and they have put in quite a bit of work, so can't completely disregard them as much as I want to. But let's go ahead and show off the team that we put together here. So I did decide to go with these 6. I spent quite a bit of time with prep this week. I had a little more free time available to me, so I was able to actually like do some proper calcs and try a couple different team comps. I was thinking Toadscruel looked pretty cool. I had Glimmora on the team for quite a while, but ultimately I realized that at the end of the day, we just need the dub. Differential is nice, but it's not necessary for us to make playoffs. We just kind of have to go for wins from here on out. So brought some fun mons, some offensive mons, but also kind of played it a little safe. I had Scarf Vaporeon on the team for the longest time because I really liked the matchup into Infernape and Crocodile, but realized it was just better just to have the Wish support. Also, I actually have the Protect on it this time, so maybe we can keep it alive for more than, I don't know, the first 5-6 turns of a match. But Vaporeon's pretty much just going to be max Fizz Def, going to be one of our 2 physically defensive switch-ins to our opponent's physical threats, which I expect to be Crocodile and Infernape. The other Fizz Def mon we have is going to be Corviknight with Brave Bird and Body Press as offensive options. You can see on the team we did not bring any hazards this week. I really wanted to get some spikes rolling, really wanted to get some rocks and with Glimmora some Toxic Spree off, but everything else in prep just seemed a little too valuable for me. So I opted to go for that instead. So Corviknight is going to be our primary means of hazard removal. So it's going to be absolutely vital for us to keep this around until we're absolutely certain our opponent can't get any more hazards up. Also have the Akaberry on it because I would love a scenario where we bring Corviknight in on like a Jolteon Volt Switch or a Vaporeon Flip turn as our opponent goes into Infernape, thinks it can kill us, goes for the fire move, and then we just tank the hit and kill it with Brave Bird. If I can get that thing out of the way, it opens up a lot of the rest of our team really well. The other kind of defensive mon we have going into this week is going to be the Hariyama. This time going to be Thick Fat, Assault Vest, max Spadef with a decent chunk of HP, but also a fair amount of attack investment as well. This is going to be our primary bundle check. I don't think there is any bundle set that can two-shot us from full, even if I think it would have to be Specs Modest Hydro Pump, and even then it's kind of a roll that should be in our favor. But I'm kind of hoping that this will be our lead for the match, and what I'd like to do is catch something like a Crocodile off guard. They switch off into my Lodic as we fire off a knockoff, get rid of a potential Flame Orb, and then we don't have to deal with the Marble Scale for the entire match. That's just kind of hoping to see what happens, whether it actually goes that way or not. We don't know, but moveset's just kind of there for coverage, hits majority of the team fairly well, and I just kind of threw the Bullet Punch on there in case something was like really weak and we just need to like pick it off with priority. With that, the rest of our team consists of our main offensive threats. We got Frostlass. I'm going to try to play it in a way to bluff like a Focus Sash, or potentially bluff a choice item with the Expert Belt in mind. The Bolt Beam coverage plus Ghost Stab is really nice looking into our opponent's team. It should be able to hit everything fairly well. If it is a Spadef variant, my Lodic, that can cause us some issues because Thunderbolt won't be able to two-shot it. But that's why we threw the taunt on there as well, so at least it can't recover in our face. Everything else, it should do a sizable chunk of damage too. This could potentially be my other lead that I want to go with if I'm expecting in the moment that they're going to want to lead with like hazards or something like that. And then Jolteon is kind of a similar mindset where I really want to try to bluff the choice specs on it. We are a modest nature with a magnet as well, so the Thunderbolt Volt Switch damage should be comparable to that of like a Timid Specs. Unless we went Scarf or Flame Orb, we would have no way of outspeeding the Iron Bundle anyway, and given there's a decent chance Bundle could have booster energy, I figured it wasn't worth it to run the Flame Orb on it, so I put the Quick Feet on because our opponent doesn't really have a prominent electric threat noticeable to us. The only real electric coverage I could see would be like Thunder Punch on Infernape for Vaporeon, or maybe Thunder Fang from Crook if he's a mad lad and wants to run that, but I feel like Earthquake would just be better in that case anyway. But hopefully we can kind of play like we're choiced for majority of the game, and then I would love a situation at the end where we can call mine in front of like my Lodic or if Skarmory's still alive or something, and then potentially clean up. And then last, our tried and true #1 pick, Gouging Fire. I almost didn't bring Gouging Fire this week. I had Toedscruel on here first for the longest time for hazard control spikes, and then I really like the Earth Grass coverage for things like Glow King and Milotic. But even with an offensive build, Toedscruel just wasn't doing enough, and it was too easily revenged by things like Infernape and Iron Bundle, unless I had like Resist Berries, and I just felt like it was spread too thin and it'd be something that get whittled down way too quickly without like the proper damage output from it. So kind of just said screw it, went back to Gouging Fire instead and just kept it stupid simple with a offensive Dragon Dance set. It does have a decent amount of HP and defense investment, as well as just a smidge of special defense. So it should be able to live any attack from our opponent, with the exception of like a banded Crocodile Earthquake. But I believe we can take a hit from just about anything else if we're from full, and hopefully we can whittle the majority of our opponent's team down to where we can just Dragon Dance up and win from there. With the Dragon Fang, Outrage at +1 should be able to two-shot literally any variant of Milotic, including a Marvel Scale. And if it is like a more Spadef nature or something, if we get to +1, Outrage might just straight up kill it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this match ends up playing. We're going to do everything we can to try to get the win, but I know our opponent is going in with the same mindset, so probably going to see some interesting sets from them as well. And let's just kind of see what happens with this. Yeah. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and see what we're going to be facing today. I am nervous, but that's okay. I'm actually really excited for this match. Oh my gosh, you brought the Banette again. What is wrong with you? You know what? That means no Crook, and that also means no Skarmory, so hey. Infernape's really the only thing that can set hazards, so that's pretty cool. I know I said I wanted to lead Hariyama, but with a potential lead Infernape or a lead Whimsicott, I don't really like any of that, so let's say we just go Jolteon and never be punished for clicking the electric move. Okay, I'm liking our Frostlass Spring a lot more now. This is nice. That Banette's gonna put in work against me, isn't it? We don't have a Ghost Switch in. It's fine. It's fine. Show me your lead, Infernape, friend. And please don't be Scarfed, because you can probably just OHKO my Jolteon. What you got? What you got? It is indeed the Infernape. It can just outright kill us with a close combat if it is in choice. If it's Scarfed. Which I don't like. But it is his only means of rock, so I'm really thinking it might just be like a sash lead instead. So let's... I think this thing is scarfed. I really think this thing is scarfed. Second guessing myself, don't like this. It's fine. But let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, so it did just rock. So we should have just volt switched, but it's all good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flip turn. Do I want to flip turn or do I want to scald first? I want to flip turn and I want to go into my Corviknight and I want to get rid of these rocks immediately. We will be slower and we know Jolteon outspeeds this thing. So we'll see what it wants to do. So we do see the switch. Milotic? Yep. We'll see if we get the Flame Orb off. That did nothing and that doesn't tell us anything, right? Rocky Helmet, okay. And I should be able to just Volt Switch on this. So I'm going to click Volt Switch on this. And then I'm going to go into Corviknight, and I expect Whimsicott to be the switch in to Jolteon. We absolutely have to get rid of these rocks as soon as we can. There is no Flame Orb. Okay, that's decent. Am I greedy enough to just Calm Mind right now? I don't think so. The only reason I want to Calm Mind is in case there's a Mirror Coat in our near future. If it stays in, I'm 100% expecting Mirror Coat. And I can't really do anything about that. So we're gonna Volt Switch. Okay, is this gonna be the Whimsicott? Whimsicott could also just taunt our Corviknight. It is Slowking, okay. I'm okay with this. We can find out if this thing's Spadef or AV or what it wants to be. Okay, that is not a super lot of damage. It is most certainly either Spadef or AV. But it seems to be our opponent's means of taking special attacks. Not AV, so it is just Spadef. You see the Black Sludge here. I fully expect a Chilly Reception or a Thunder Wave if our opponent wants to be annoying. It could also just let the Fire Blast rip, which would eat up our Occa Berry, which would be a little unfortunate. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so we do see the Fire move. Since we don't have Crocodile, I'm not super concerned about this thing keeping Corviknight around. I am annoyed that we got crit and burn though. That is most certainly not fair for anyone involved, so that is incredibly rude of you. What do I want to do about this? We're probably just going to Chilly Reception if I had to guess. I need to keep this thing around just so I can defog stuff. So I'm gonna go... I could go Vaporeon, and I am going to... A crit and a burn. You know, that's pretty par for the course for how our season's been going. And I'm not going to sit here and say all of our losses have been because of hacks, but certainly hasn't made matches easier. So, Chilly Reception, just like we expect. We could I'm guessing Whimsicott or Iron Bundle here. If Bundle is booster, I could see him keeping it in the back and wanting to kind of wait. It is just a Whimsicott. This is fine. And do I protect? I'm gonna protect, and I want to bait the Encore / Taunt. Okay, so it's just gonna be a Leech Seed. So no, this thing isn't choice at least. If it's max special attack with Energy Ball, it should only do about half to us. So with that in mind, oh gosh, I really want to flip turn, but I don't want this thing taking unnecessary chip. But I don't want anything else to... I have two pretty respectable switch-ins to this thing. Let's go... We could go Forklift here. I think he's going to U-turn, actually. I don't think he's going to Grass Move attack us. I mean, we were kind of right, but, you know, it's another crit, so that tracks. And I don't like you, Whimsicott. I don't like anything about you. So I'm gonna punish you for all you're worth. I have to be careful, because if I Dragon Dance and this thing Encores, I am in trouble. If my Lodic wants to come in, we can actually maybe set up on it. There's no way you just give me this thing, right? I wouldn't think so. I would imagine my Lodic comes in. Question is, what do you go for if I try to Dragon Dance right here? Do you even care? No, we're just gonna Flare Blitz. Cotton Guard? I guess I didn't do the calc or anything, but you probably live this. Oh gosh, yes. Oh, no, 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 no. Dang, that's pretty cool. So Moonblast, Leech Seed. Huh. That's really interesting. I like it. I like the prep. And you are most likely either max HP or max his stuff. But there's a chance this does kill you if I just let it fire again. Does this thing get Synthesis? I really don't know. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so it goes for a double Cotton Guard. Now see, I've been crit twice and burned, so I think I deserve either a crit or a burn here. A burn. Neither. For shame. I should actually check to see if this stupid thing gets Synthesis or Recovery or anything. What do you do? What do you do? It could Endeavor me. That would suck. I'm not seeing Synthesis. It could rest, it could Giga Drain. Like, I guess Endeavor is really the only thing I think it would do, right? And like, that would suck. Like, that would really suck. I just don't think you can do anything else to me, so... Okay. So just rested up, that's fine. Or not rest, just switched. And now we see the Milotic finally. Watch I get my burn now, and then it gets its more skill boost anyway. Like, that would be tragic. Okay, so this thing is Rocky Helmet. We can't kill it from this range with outrage, so... What are we doing here? It could Dragon Tail. I don't think it flip turns because it knows we have Vaporeon in the back. But this is my opportunity to pass a Wish off. A double here would be really cool by our opponent. I'm just assuming it's Fizz Def since it's Rocky Helmet. Yeah, really nice double. Really, really nice double. And Whimsicott is back. Okay, what are we doing to this Whimsicott? What indeed are we doing to this Whimsicott? Okay, so it could Leech Seed, it could Moonblast. Do you take much from it? Let's try this. This is a really annoying Whimsicott set, but it is also pretty good for our opponent. Doing like 12 to 15, which is most certainly not enough for this stupid thing. Do I just let Corviknight go down here? I think I'm going to... I don't like this position. I don't like anything about this. I'm gonna go Frostlass on the potential Cotton Guard. And if he just Moonsblasts, that's insane. Okay, so we do see the Cotton Guard. Moonblast very much hurts Frostlass. I think there's no way you want to stay in on this thing. Like none. So I'm going to Shadow Ball. Do I Shadow Ball the Infernape, or do I just Ice Beam to keep it safe? At least I would break the Sash of Infernape then. Yeah. Even if we do Ice Beam, it gets it in range for things that we need it in range for, so... Okay, so it just goes for Leech Seed. Maybe expecting we're physical. I'm fine with this, because now we don't have to worry about this thing anymore. And I think no matter what, I would most certainly expect Infernape to come in right now. I really want to Shadow Ball it. That would be super fun. But like Vaporeon is the better play. We just have to get Corviknight in against Slowking to defog these hazards away. What I could do is I'm going to switch out and keep up the illusion that we are indeed sashed. Ooh, no, wait. Wait. I brought this for a reason. Yeah. Keep Roxor. You can't have them. Okay, we get sapped. A little bit of a bummer. Okay. This is good for Slowking. Potentially good for my Lodic. Good for a bunch of things. Now, do we think you're physical or special? I really want to play into the fact that you're going to overpredict. I really want to play into that. That would be so fun for me. Okay, so if you kill me, I go Vaporeon. I wish I flipped her into Gouging Fire. Yes! Let's go. Show me what you got. Give me a Spit F drop. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm so happy about everything that just happened. Oh, I wish I did more. Okay, I don't like this Leech Seed in the slightest. Could potentially be Fire move here. I don't imagine you want to take more damage from this thing. We have revealed the taunt. That is something that we have revealed. How can I punish you? Do I have any reason not to just spam Shadow Ball? Nothing really appreciates it. Like, the Leech Seed is racking up on us, but it is nice damage. Can I get a crit? No, but I really like Slowking being this low. Oh, and you're gonna buff our defense? You're so nice. Thank you. I like that we both have low tier ghosts, and they're... well, mine's putting in work right now. His put in work last week. We are probably in range of Iron Bundle, which is not fun. Yeah, Hydro Pump is just gonna end our existence. My question is there any way you predict that? I really don't want this information getting hazards up. But I mean, this is the reason why we brought Hariyama, so I'd be a fool not to use it for the reasons we brought it. We are the thickest of fats. And we just see the Blizzard. Makes sense. What you gonna do? I think that means it specs. The fact that it did that much. That would indeed be specs damage. I am going to knock off, because that is a good play for us to make. Bundle is gone. Show me the Glow King. Nope, my Lodic, but we get rid of the Rocky Helmet, so that is okay with us. Respectable. The damage is indeed respectable. I think he recovers. And no. Yes, no, yes, no. What do I Drain Punch? Because I can't Drain Punch Banette, I can't Drain Punch Glow King. And if I let this thing get burned by a Scald, we're in trouble. Okay, Drain Punch isn't doing a whole lot anyway. It's doing about 25 if he's not defensively invested. So I'm really not getting much health back, so it's just not worth it. Okay, so we know this thing is specs, the bundle, and that might be the only thing, unless it's like Swords Dance Minette or something, that can beat our Vaporeon. So us keeping it alive and healthy is priority one. I think if we keep Vaporeon healthy, we can win this match. So let's wish. Let's wish like the fish we are. Probably gonna be bundle. Banette. This is a Banette. Fear of the unknown is a very real thing. And I don't know what this thing thinks it wants to do. Poltergeist could hurt us quite a bit, but Scald also hurts it quite a bit. I kind of want to slow Wish Pass. Let's do that. What you gonna do to me, Banette? Okay, it is Swords Dance. Gross. Indeed gross. I might need to gouge your fire. I'm thinking it has to be gouging fire because I think Shadow Sneak annihilates anything else. Now my question is, are you faster than me? You have to be jolly to be faster than me. You absolutely have to be jolly to be faster than me. Your Whimsicott is dead. I'm going to click Outrage, and I'm going to pray that we two-shot this Milotic. You don't have a Rocky Helmet, so that's cool. You also aren't burned, so I think this should always two-shot you. Yes. And now you should be like, what? That's so much damage. That's crazy. I didn't think you were choice banded, but you have to be with that damage. So we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna two-shot the Milotic. I am so glad I put this thing back on the team. And we get the 2-turn, which is really nice, because now we're not gonna take unnecessary damage from Bundle. We're gonna see the Infernate. And I can just go to Vaporeon on you. Right? Like, you're gonna want to get your rocks up. And this way, I can also just always flip turn on you. And break your Sash. Because I firmly believe you are Sash Endeavor. And I am not going to let you get a cheeky Endeavor off on me for free. Is there any reason I couldn't Scald here? Glowking takes a hit. Banette might want to come back in. And Bundle doesn't appreciate a Scald either. Because I can always protect on the Bundle with Scout. I would just love to flip turn on the turn that Glowking comes in, so I can defog. But I can also defog on the Banette, which is pretty cool. So, if you stay in though, on a Scald, and then you just Endeavor me next turn, that is really bad. So we are going to flip turn. Okay, so it is just a close combat. Take that pretty comfortably. Defense drops. Maybe this can bring you into Bullet Punch range? No, no, wishful thinking. Okay, this is good for us. I have to go to you. And I think I always click Volt Switch. Volt Switch should kill you from this range, especially if you're minus. Yeah. You could just throw off like a Mach Punch or something, which if you do, I don't care. Nope, you just give it to me. Thank you. And now, what do I want to bait out? What do I want to bait out? Okay, if I go you, should always be bundle. If I go you, it should also be bundle. After rocks, you get 2-shot by a Hydro from bundle. And if it's anything but freeze dry, you can stay in a bundle. I could totally see a chilly reception coming. And I do think if Banette comes in on this thing, I am just going to Scald. I should check how much a... Let's do... Okay, so it is bundle. So we can protect a scout pretty freely. Anything that's not freeze dry, we can just stay in. Okay, so it is just freeze dry. Freeze dry, we know your specs. This is pretty free Hariyama territory. I am just going to double check because I'm a psycho that I want to see if Vaporeon survives a specs freeze dry. I don't know why I thought it would. That's doing 74 to 88. And if I go you, and it's Glow King, I knock off, right? Okay, what do we do? You've kind of exceeded your use, right? You take nothing. And I can knock off whatever wants to come in. If we see the switch, yeah. That's the only reason why I wanted to go to Frostlass. But this thing absolutely has Shadow Sneak. Poltergeist probably kills from this range if I had to guess. And I don't super love that. But you also have seen my knockoff, and you should be fearing it. So we're going to probably sack Frostlass right now. I think that is our best play. Bundle's just a little too threatening right now still. And this match is far from over, very much. Bundle can still just run away with it. So do we see a Poltergeist? Yep. Yeah, no. Now that I think about it, Corviknight doesn't have an item. I am not educated on Banette. I do not know what kind of coverage moves it could get to hit Corviknight. I guess Thunderbolt. Like, that would be cool. Burning Jealousy. But let's see. Oh, that's so risky, but it'd be so worth it. I could also just do Gouging Fire things. I really like just doing Gouging Fire things. Ah, after Rocks and Burn, it's got on speed. That's so risky. better things. Is it worth it to Dragon Dance right now? Probably not, because if he stays in and Poltergeist is doing 32 to 44. You get foul play. You do get foul play. And foul play is doing not a super lot. If I go +1, any sword stance. Now I'm not fast enough to outspeed bundle anyway at +1, so I don't necessarily think it's worth it. So I kind of just want to click Outrage and let this thing do what it do. Okay, just went for the Shadow Sneak, just assumed we were faster. Makes sense. We probably were faster. The only way it was outspeeding us is if it was Jolly. So pick up that kill. I fully expect bundle right now. Specs bundle should be able to kill us, but it has to land. Oh, it's gonna be Slowking. Okay. I don't know if you live this friend. Nope. Okay. That is super nice. Probably uncertain about what our item might be. And now we will see what happens with this interaction. You have to land. We live that. We live that. Does this kill? Oh, so close. Okay. Okay, so is there any way I lose this? Yes. If I go into Hariyama and I get frozen by Freeze Dry, we lose. So I always sack Corviknight. I have to sack the Corviknight. We could lose to Freeze Dry Freezes. That would make me quite sad. Okay, Specs Freeze Dry to our Jolteon does 62 to 73. We are at 211, which is 76. But we take rocks damage, which puts us in range, so we always have to go Hariyama. And what I can do here, I don't know how much health it has, but I can guarantee not lose to freeze by bullet punching. So we're going to do that. Does it kill? Yes. Okay. Well, actually putting in time to prep pays off. Shocker, who would have thought? So we are going to come away with this win, a very much needed win for us. We do keep the playoff hopes alive. GG's to our opponent, ShadowStitch. Very fun match. Very threatening team indeed. Please, please, please go check out his channel. Has some absolutely amazing edits, and you can tell he puts in a lot of work making those for each game, so fully deserves all the love and support in the world. But that is going to be a nice win for us. Don't know why I'm searching for another match, and now I'm just pushing buttons out of panicking because I suck at closing out videos. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And next week we get to face our good friend, Mr. Quincy Adams, who is not only the founder of the league, but also one of the OG homies. So, gonna be a great match, and yeah, we will see you next week. Bye-bye!